It's versus Youth Challenge here for FMH Vibe. Hope you guys are keeping well. So today's is left backs. So we've got Evra versus Shaw. So obviously Evra, Man United's left back for many a season now. We've got young Luke Shaw coming into the arena trying to fill out the Frenchman's boots. So we'll look at the stats here. So aerial, obviously Luke Shaw winning out 14-11. I suppose it's good for a winger to have good aerial stats from obviously defending corners. Although predominantly in this day and age, the wing back is obviously still to look to attack as well. I suppose it's, you've got to remember they are still part of that defensive unit if they're playing a wing back or if they're just playing as a left back. So it would be good to have a good aerial ability. Obviously the ability to clear from corners. Most left backs, right backs, will play on a post at corner, so it's good to have a good ability in the air. Crossing, I suppose this is definitely good to have as a wing back because you will be hopefully normally asked by your manager to overlap over from the the left winger, and obviously provide another access point to cross the ball in. So to have a good crossing ability is always nice to see from a wing back, left or right. So even there, 12-12. So can't really say one's better than the other. Dribbling, again, obviously with the ability now for the left backs to be normally asked to bomb on forward, it's good that they've got a good dribbling skill. They've both got very high, 17-16, only one in it favouring Evra. So again, very tight call in that situation, but it's a good one to have in the locker, especially as the game's changed these days. So you do actually expect more from your left and right backs now to get forward and get into that final third. So a good dribbling skill to get round players is always nice to have. Passing, again, obviously it's more of a completely different role, I suppose you'd say 10 years ago. So you now to be really good on the ball, so good with dribbling and good at passing. Luke Shaw just scrapes this one by 14-13 in his favour. There's not really a lot in it, I suppose. Only one marking it again. But it's definitely something we've got to look at when you're getting especially a defensive midfielder. If you're going to be using him as a wing back position, you do need to be good at passing the ball. Shooting, not really, I suppose, one you're too overly concerned about. I suppose it's nice that if the right wing is attacking down, you've got your left wing back coming in as well to kind of, we've seen it happen a lot these days. Southampton have got some quite good success from using their wing backs to, I suppose it was Shaw and Klein at the time. And I suppose Coleman and Baines at Everton as well. They're quite good at when the one goes, the other one goes, and the right back post. So I suppose a good shooting mentality would not go amiss here. Tackling, so Evra, he does win this one hands down. He's supposed the better of the defender of the two, which for all intents and purposes that is their actual job, but they are a defensive player. So to have good tackling is key, really. So Luke Shaw isn't bad. 15's not bad at all. He's only 19 years old, But yeah, Evra, completely wins on this one. Technique, even. So obviously to have a good technical defender is always nice to see. Obviously nothing to split between these two here, though. Aggression, I suppose Evra is maybe a little bit too high, so he might go in for some tackles that he possibly shouldn't do. Might react to things badly, whereas Luke Shaw's only 8. Again, you don't want it too low, but you don't want it too high. I suppose 8, 9, 10, that kind of range there. That's kind of the aggression area you're looking for, because you don't want them to be, non-aggressive and possibly shying away from tackles, but you don't want them to be too aggressive that they're constantly picking up red cards. Creativity. Now, this was one where I think obviously the game has probably changed a little bit. To be creative going forward, I suppose is what they're getting taught now. So I suppose when Evra is getting trained, he's having to adapt to now. Whereas obviously Luke Shaw, being so young, he's being taught it as part of his, as part of his training anyway. So Luke Shaw's quite far ahead in that one. 7 ahead, 14-7 to Luke Shaw. I suppose it's really good, especially if you've got a wing back who's bombing on forward, for them to be creative. So they come up with something a little bit different. They're not trying the same thing over and over again. Decisions, obviously this contemplates to if you staying back, if you go forward. Both got quite high stats for this one, 17-16, just in favour of Evra. But decision to bomb forward or decision to stay back, it's good. It's a good stat to look at for when you're looking at a defender, especially one that you might be possibly playing as a wing back or looking to push them forward throughout the game, because that decision making is vital to if do they go or do they come back. If they've got quite a low decision making, they might think to go, and then obviously they could leave you vulnerable at the back. Leadership, obviously Evra wins this hands down. That's due to experience. Very vocal in the Manchester United back line, whereas I could imagine Luke Shaw, although to fair, is quite a young back line now. I could imagine he's not as vocal as maybe Evra is. But yeah, that's completely down to probably, I suppose, personality as well, but a lot down to experience. So, yeah, massive swing in that one. Leadership, 17-8 in the favour of Evra. Movement, again, quite shocked to see Luke Shaw's only at 14 and Evra at 17. But I suppose it's, again, it's kind of... I suppose it is more to do with experience, because I suppose position and movement are kind of tied in together. So I'm quite shocked to see that I suppose Luke Shaw's is so far apart. But yeah, good movement. Considering he's only 33, so he's not exactly like he's ancient. But quite surprised that Luke Shaw's is only 14. Positioning, Luke Shaw is actually better in this. So you normally think an experienced defender, his positioning would be better from the start, because they've played so many games that they know kind of what to do, where to be. But yeah, no, Luke Shaw actually wins it on this one, so it's good to see that at such a young age, having 17 on positioning. Teamwork, both drawing even, so don't really discuss much about that one. It's just nice to have a really high stat for that one, so they actually are working for the team and not being a selfish player. Pace, Luke Shaw does do this one, but at 33 years old, Everest probably is going to start declining now. However, at 15, it's still a really high stat to have, and definitely if you're asking him to go forward, it's something that you need to look for in your wing back. If you're going to be playing him as a wing back or as a defender that you look to push forward. Stamina, obviously Shaw wins that one. Again, that's obviously youth on his side on that one. Got younger legs, he's going to be able to probably run for a lot longer. And then strength, again, it's another good stat to have. Everyone might be losing some strength just through age. Obviously you don't want your player pushed off too easy off the ball, but I suppose 11 isn't a bad stat to have, but obviously Luke Shaw's 14 is definitely more attractive. So I suppose when it comes to comparison, not too much difference in between the two lads. I suppose the verdict is, though, in this instance, I probably would go for youth over experience in that kind of left back position. Might be different in the central positions, but for a left back, I think youth, just for the fact that they've got more legs, that they're starting to play the game more as a I suppose as a new form. I suppose it's a new position now, isn't it? The new role they've got. I suppose the older players can adapt to it, but because they're being drawn into from such a young age that you've got to get forward and support your attacking, but obviously just make sure you're doing your defensive duty as well. I suppose, in my opinion, again, obviously this is just my opinion. Please discuss it below. I would probably go for youth over experience in this instant. As always, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Please let me know with a like and a subscribe to the channel and all that kind of stuff. And please comment and discuss in the comment section or on the thread on Vibe. Link in the description below will be take you to the Vibe thread as well. And yeah, please let me know that you're enjoying this and you want to see more. And if there's any other ideas, please let us know, guys. And yeah, well, I'll catch you in the next episode, guys. Speak to you all soon.